Alright, so y'all, today we got The League Is Not Ready. It had Victor Wembanyama on the front of the cover, and you know he was going crazy in the last video we watched, and I low-key like him. So we're going to watch this real quick. It's a quick video. Let's get into it.
I've seen enough to be
if you're new, subscribe,
and I just had to make a video.
and like the video.
There has been a lot of interesting developments in the NBA preseason, and as a basketball
Facts,
fan,
we've been watching it all.
Probably the most excited I've been for an upcoming NBA season in a long
I ain't gonna lie, I'm with you. I'm right with you on that. Okay.
By far, what's captured my attention the most is the preseason play of Victor Wembanyama.
He looked different, bro.
I know some people
like
to
different,
criticize others for overreacting to events in the preseason, and although I get that criticism, I'm kind of a big believer.
But no, the only reason I'm saying his shit is more legit, he's doing this against people that actually play in like rotation though.
And the fact that you can have some serious takeaways from how the team,
because when they play against starters,
even in exhibition situations. As a Lakers fan, I know this full well. I remember when the Lakers acquired Dwight Howard and Steve Nash in 2012 to play alongside of Kobe and Pau Gasol. Everyone was hyped for the season, but then the team proceeded to go 0-8 in the preseason, as nothing was working on the court. Everyone was acting
0-8 is disgusting.
Panic because, quote, it was only preseason. Well, then the regular season began and everything continued to not work, and the team continued to lose.
45 and 37 ain't even a bad ass
history
record.
repeated itself as the Lakers were being hyped up prior to the preseason starting. The preseason began, they sucked, and everyone said not to panic because it's preseason.
That's lightly saying.
They sucked in the regular season yet again. My point is that sometimes it's not an overreaction to come to certain conclusions.
This nigga AD is choking him. This is how AD really felt. He really wanted to kill that nigga. Like, he really wanted to kill, bro.
Preseason. Sometimes the preseason play on the court is actually a pretty solid indication of what's coming. And I'm telling you today, what's coming is this young man, Victor Wembanyama. I'll humble myself enough to admit that I thought this kid...
Fam, look where he's jumping from the free throw line to block.
But I didn't think he would be this good this quickly.
I'm like... Once again, I'm right with you. You're speaking facts right now. You're preaching, keep cooking.
Specifically, his ball handling skills and his fundamentals are shining like crazy, and his incredible size and length are just a massive bonus. In his first 2 preseason games, he's averaged 21.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Now, somebody was in my comments earlier saying the rebounds. I ain't gonna lie, for him to be that tall, he do need to get the rebounds more, but with Pop
on 64% shooting in only 21 minutes of action per game.
That shit, if you give me so much other shit, like I don't really care about that.
He's averaging over 36 points in his per 36 minutes stats. That's not just the numbers of a breakout rookie, but that's the
numbers of an all-star,
of an MVP candidate.
I say all-star.
Kid is definitely going to maintain that. Very few rookies have been able to make the game look so easy in their first couple of starts. I imagine this kid is going to keep Greg Popovich feeling young for the next 5 years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can't possibly see him walking away from.
I'm just glad that a great organization like the Spurs get to be on like Front Street again. It felt dead without the Spurs a little bit. In game felt the same without the Spurs being
as I've talked about in the past, my biggest concern
for
Wembanyama is his physical health. In a previous video,
I'm scared about
I talked
him
about the history of top 3 picks who were at least 7 foot 3 inches tall. Basically, every single one of them had their careers cut short due to injuries. With that being said, there is reason to feel like Victor Wembanyama might be the exception to the rule. In the history of the game, I've never seen a player as tall as he is who could move with a certain amount of fluidity and agility.
The way he is to snatch and pull,
the way
he snatches pull is like KD.
Could take guys off the dribble, put the ball between his legs, and consistently hit step-back jumpers as if he's James Harden with an extra 11 inches. The closest player I've seen to...
Okay, pause that shit, my brother. What the fuck did you just say? So let's slow down what he said, because I want y'all to know, like, I ain't tweaking. Listen to this.
This skill set at this size was Ralph Sampson in the 19 with an extra 11 inches.
Then he put a little extra sauce on it. 11 inches. Why did he end the inches
The
like
closest
that?
player I've seen to this skill set at this size was
Let me
Ralph
guess, Ralph
Sampson in the
Sampson.
1980s.
See, how did I know that, bro?
But if I'm being honest, I think even that is a little generous to Sampson, who didn't quite have dribbling skills as impressive as Victor's. Hell, just look at Thomas Bryant's reaction to Victor's Space Jam dunk. Remember when veteran NBA players have talked about young guys coming into the league and they were so
Thomas
good
like,
that it made them feel
damn.
like they needed to get out of there and retire?
What can I do?
Well, that's what Thomas Bryant's face looked like after
and
Wemby
Thomas was
just
hooping
embarrassed
last year.
the entire defense. If it sounds like I'm geeking out, it's for good reason.
And then, like,
This
I mean,
era-
Thomas, you may look at Thomas now as like a bench form, but Thomas was hooping at a point in time. Thomas was really good. Like, December last year.
NBA basketball
Really
is
good.
arguably the most talented era we've ever seen, and the future competition just got that much stiffer, with the addition of what I believe is
that's
a
my
shoe-in
thumbnail pick.
superstar. For goodness sake, this guy called for an alley-oop pass just
From
to
the
step
three-point
inside of the three-point line.
That's a crazy.
And he converted it for a dunk. Seriously, how many
And it
players
was,
can
like,
do that
light.
in the NBA today? Is there even anyone
Well,
else?
I mean, calling for it
Add in
don't
the
mean
fact that
shit.
he's
Where
already
he jumped from.
establishing himself as an intimidating
The
rim
block.
protector.
Him and
you
Chet
have a
gonna be good at
recipe
that.
for a terrifying two-way monster. I'm not gonna lie, I would feel more concerned about wembanyama's ability to dominate at the center position if he was a guy who was drafted in the 1990s, where physically
Yeah.
strong and powerful centers
Boys,
rule
I ain't
the
gonna lie,
paint.
he won't survive.
Fashion designer is a bit too restricted. I want to make.
I remember all the footage of Victor getting bullied in the paint by stronger kids before he entered the NBA. But the thing is, the modern professional leagues just aren't playing that way anymore. Even the top centers in the game,
Yeah, they be
like Joel
selling.
Embiid
Fam.
and Nikola Jokic, have
If
a very
LeBron settled
finesse
for a
and
shot on
graceful
Wemby,
style
Brown
to
gonna
their
be
game.
tight, bro.
In today's league, we're not worried about Victor having to contain a 350-pound beast
I think I'm
like
like
Shaquille
Wemby. I'm a
O'Neal,
Wemby fan.
but instead, he'll be busy guarding other gangly stretch fives like Kristaps Porzingis. I'm not saying this as a way to slander Victor, but rather I'm acknowledging that the league isn't built to exploit his weaknesses, like it once was in the past. And if anything, this will work in favor of his game and of his production. Based on what I'm seeing from him, and based on how the game is played today, there's simply no reason why he can't start dominating the competition in his very first season in the league. Some might worry about Popovich giving him enough minutes, but I don't see why the coach wouldn't, when he once played Tim Duncan an average of 39 minutes in his very first NBA season. In a way, Popovich has been in a similar situation before with a promising young big man, and in that
That's a
previous
fact.
scenario,
And Tim is
he worked that
arguably
big
the
man
greatest,
like an ox, as the rookie
top 10
Duncan
player.
finished the
He's
regular
arguably a top 10
season in
player.
13th place overall in minutes per game. Now you could argue that Duncan was older and had more college experience, which is
Yeah.
certainly true. But based on what we've seen in the preseason so far, you
He is
can't
playing him a
possibly
lot.
convince me that Wemby isn't fully ready for the NBA competition and
He's
ready
playing
to
him a lot in the
produce at a
preseason,
high
though.
level. And I'm sure Coach Pop views him the same way. The
Facts.
good
I'm pretty sure
news
Pop
is that
wants to
there's
win,
hardly
too.
any pressure on this
Pop probably
kid.
ready, tired
He's
of
still
losing.
only 19 years old, and the Spurs have embraced the idea of a rebuild. With this insanely stacked Western Conference, no one is expecting the Spurs to
They
be
have
contenders
Zion up there
anytime
like he
soon.
supposed to be up there.
Victor will have the luxury of being able to protect his health.
Nigga coulda
and
put
focus on
De'Aaron Fox
developing
up
his
there or
game
something.
at his own natural pace. With all of that being said, I don't think patience is something this kid is worried about. Because if these first two games are any indication, the league needs to be preparing itself, because a new unicorn just arrived, and he's not going easy on any of these smaller competitors. So what do you guys think? Am I making too much out of his first two debut games? Or do
No,
you
bro,
agree
he's
with me
actually
that
like
this kid
that
is
guy.
basically a shoe-in superstar,
I believe
assuming
he's a
he
superstar.
stays healthy?
Yeah,
I
if he
look
can stay
forward
healthy,
to
he's
hearing your
definitely a
thoughts in the
superstar.
comment section below. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Let me know what
for
y'all think
more
down below. I
basketball
believe
content.
he's a superstar, bro. I'm a fan, bro. I believe he's a superstar. We didn't watch this preseason game. You've seen us. We went wild, bro. He's him, bro. That little stretch where he was going crazy, bro. We seen it, bro. Like, you can see it very early on with some of these guys, bro. He's him, bro. He's going to be one of them. Let me know what y'all think down below. Like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. Let me know any more videos y'all want me to react to. I love y'all. I am out.